Hey there guys. The old man's back. Yeah, I'm still breathing for a bit longer. This fairly quick video. When I say quick, you never know with me. It's probably more waffle than content, but I did do a little bit of machining to try and set up a couple of new LED lights that I got recently. But there's been a litany of problems getting out here. Hell of a lot. Very little opportunity to get out here, and when I had the chance to get out, it was like, I don't know, 85 plus degrees, maximum humidity, like a damn sauna, and really just too difficult to work out here for more than about 10 minutes. So it's cooled off just a little bit temporarily, and we've had a lot of rain. Anybody who's been watching the news knows how much Pennsylvania's got hit. The worst was to our east and north, but it's been pretty bad. And then we got all the fires out west. Glad that Randy managed to get home after his evacuation to avoid the fire. It's been a bad summer actually. Weather conditions have been awful. Anyway, as I say, lots of things have stopped me getting out here. Even also my old low back. Some people who have followed my channel know I've got a back problem. Although I had my hip done, which is much better, the back is ongoing, and sometimes I just can't stand very long, and there's a limit to how much you can do sitting down. Oh yes, and the camera battery. Excuse me. Bonnie and I have had a summer cold, and I haven't got rid of it yet, so it's still affecting me. Yeah, camera battery, that expired, so I had to get hold of a new one so I could get the camera going. Just another nuisance. I keep seeing other guys religiously pushing out their material, and oh dear, it must be 2.5 weeks since I got a video out. I don't know when the next one will get done either. Hoping for cooler times, but that's not going to happen very quickly, I don't think. I've got a list a mile long of project stuff, so we'll see what happens. The other thing I was going to mention, it's nothing to do with the shop or machining, but my stepson Cody had a very unpleasant episode about 10 days ago. His dog went off from his home, which has happened before, but not very often, and he lives out in the almost out in the boonies. And anyway, a suspect neighbour who nobody likes very much, we think, shot the dog. Now okay, if a dog's on your property and causing a problem from a legal point of view, it can be shot. Well, that's one thing, right? But here's the kicker. This bastard, whoever it was, then delivered the dog's corpse to a car that Cody's been working on. In fact, my wife's old car, he was starting to work on it to get it running. And they put the dog in this car and left it there in super hot weather, and it was about 2 days before it was discovered, and you can imagine what it was like in the car. My wife Bonnie went over to help, and the two of them took this bloated corpse out and put it somewhere else. We're still waiting for the cops to try and find out something more about it. Altogether extremely unpleasant, and the car basically is trashed, and I don't know how you get rid of that stink. It's absolutely terrible. So as I say, it's one thing for somebody to shoot a person's dog, it's another to do this and come and trespass and put the corpse in somebody's car. who are waiting to see if they can find out who the hell did it. Anyway, as I said, this is a bit of a waffle intro, and I apologise for that, but it's good to be back in the shop, even if briefly. So to recap, we've got 2 new lights, and I had to make some more adapters so I could use some flexible. These were actually microphone. What do you call it? Swan neck? Is it swan neck? I can't remember. Anyway, flexible, quite useful. So I've got the new lights. Quite pleased with them. A lot of fiddle putting everything together and modifying, but and anyway, that worked out. So it's just another small thing out of the way. So there we are. That's it. Apologies for the waffle. What follows is just a short sort of recap of getting these lights sorted out. Quite pleased with them. Anyway, hope to see you whenever, and that's literally it, whenever. But as I say, the old fart's still the right side of the grass, so you won't get rid of him quite yet. Alright, take care you all, and for those who are suffering from weather and fires, I hope you're coping somehow. Hope to see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. The plan here is to make another pair of fittings. These were made quite ages ago, that's why they're rusted up. This one goes into a mag base. This one takes the male end of this microphone, whatever you want to call it, and the other end, male thread, and at the moment I think that's got an M8. So I'll be making much the same really. I'm making it out of bits and pieces. This is pretty gnarly old material. And this is a slightly weird thread. You'd think it was 5/8, but it isn't really. 26 TPI. So I've just cut an internal in this piece, and we're good to go on that. And that's the hardest thread compared to the outside thread. So I'm going to hack that off, turn it round, and put an 8mm stud on it. I haven't bothered to show the whole process on here. This is the board side with thread, and it just is an 8x1.25. Similar to this one. Dimensions are very uncritical in terms of length. So that's the new one, and the old one. This one's a little bit shorter, that doesn't matter. So now I've got to make the other one, the other male-female. Well, it's a pretty quick down and dirty thread. It's not exactly very clean actually, but it'll do. So to quote myself again, this is functional. Now these adapters have all been made to mount some new lights, and the cooling fins, I've almost got rid of these two, and I have to do that to let the thing pivot. Now, what was here was actually like this, but you'll see later when I get them mounted up why I need this relief on here. I've got to do the other one yet. Now here's the other one, and I did some very crude grinding on there, but that doesn't give the relief that I need And so the one I've just done is like that, and that's to clear a bolt head. You'll see it later when I put it together. So here's the deal. It's 6 cob LEDs, and there's the one of the top adapters, and then one at the bottom just for a regular small magnetic block. So I'm going to try and use one of these on the mill, one on the lathe. I'll show you the lathe one in a minute. Not quite sure where I'm going to mount this longer term, but being magnetic it's fairly flexible. This is light from my small LEDs, and this one is from the large light, which is just off out of frame. It's just up here. So I've got to mess with this a bit, but a lot of light. It's a bit blue, but it's fairly good 18 watt, and for each of these I got a 2 amp 12 volt plug-in supply and put in a line switch. As many people know, I'm not the best organised of people, and my chaos only gets worse, but anyway, this is one position I'm trying out. You've got the adapters again, and a line switch. Pretty good brilliance. This is just the strip light, and the other light that I've used quite a bit, if I can get to it, is a tungsten light, but that gets hot. And this is the new one. Again, as I say, probably rather blue light, but I can put that in other positions and try it out, see what works best. So I'm quite pleased with them. They're only $10 each, and we'll see how we go with it.